Let's bring on longtime columnist in Detroit, Rob Parker, our new analyst at FS1. You can hear him on Fox Sports Radio Saturdays 1 to 4. So I have not heard this proclamation you're about to make. It had made Greg Jennings so angry that Greg Jennings this morning, former NFLer, Pro Bowler, Super Bowl winner, came into the lobby and talked my ear off. So what is your opinion that drove Greg Jennings to a level of insanity this morning?
He's obviously a big LeBron James fan, and I wrote a column for theshadowleague.com website based out of New York.
What's it called?
Theshadowleague.com.
Is that a big popular blog?
That's just a website, sports and culture kind of mixed together.
All right.
Nice place. I've been writing for them for 4 years.
All right.
But I was trying to figure out LeBron. You know how something pops in your head, trying to place LeBron where he fits in. And I came up with that he's closer to Larry Holmes than he is to Muhammad Ali. And a lot of people first would be like, oh, that's disrespectful. How could you say that? But in the case of Larry Holmes, if you remember his boxing career, and people should look it up, he won 48 straight fights to start his career.
Yes.
But at no time did anybody ever think he was the greatest fighter ever because of the competition, because of the guys he fought, because Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton, those guys were all old when it came time for him to fight him, right?
Oh, Ali was really old.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other guys, the big fights were Jerry Cooney and Randall Tex Cobb. Randall Tex Cobb was so bad. Remember, Larry Holmes beat him 15 rounds, just beat him to a pulp, that Howard Cosell quit broadcasting boxing after the fight because it was so brutal and so ridiculous, right? One-sided. And when I look at LeBron's career, the problem that I always have is that long-term, when you look at it, and it's not his fault because you can only play who's on the schedule, right, and play who's in front of you. But his cakewalk through the East, and then when he matches up against the best in the West in the championship, he's 3-4.
By the way,
which is average.
Couldn't I make the argument for Bill Russell? Bill Russell and the Celtics had 4 of the top 7 players in the entire NBA.
But nobody says Bill Russell's the greatest player ever.
Okay, Michael Jordan. Who did Michael Jordan ever beat in the East?
I can go
through
those
Indiana Pacer teams where their best player was Reggie Miller. They had 4 starters who couldn't hit a jumper.
But you could go through those teams and look at the Hall of Famers that Michael Jordan went through. And Skip did it the other day. Skip Bayless had it.
Oh, yeah.
39.
Oh.
39 Hall of Famers that Michael Jordan went through.
How many did the Knicks have? They were one of
They had Patrick Ewing, who's one of the all-time great big men. You know that.
Probably the 8th best big man, arguably, of all time. And then 4 guys who couldn't play in the league today because they couldn't hit a jumper.
But the difference is LeBron is going through these teams where he would sweep. I can remember series where the Knicks had the Bulls down 2-0. Or there was a series, there was games going on where there was some flux. You didn't know exactly. These cakewalks that they have right now, it's a waste of time.
By the way, so you're basically criticizing LeBron because he never falls down 2-0 to mediocre teams like Jordan
No,
did.
because there's no competition, there's no pushback, there's no resistance.
Okay, so
who has he played? You give me the teams.
LeBron beat a dynasty in San Antonio. He beat a team last year that won 73 games and set an NBA record.
That was the biggest choke job on the side of the Warriors.
So again, you're giving LeBron.
No, I'm just telling you what it was. Was that not a choke job?
How come
they were the defending champs, Golden State.
Yeah.
They're up 3-1, and they have 2 of the last 3 games in their crib, and they choked.
By the way,
it was a choke job.
Don't blame the golf course. Blame Greg Norman. I'm not going to blame LeBron because you notice nobody chokes against DeMar DeRozan because he doesn't put any pressure on you. LeBron puts pressure on you, therefore you underachieve. That's what Tiger Woods did. You could be on a preceding hole and you'd choke because you could hear the gallery for Tiger. I don't diminish Tiger. I give Tiger credit for being so great. LeBron freaks people out.
But let me give you the flip side and why Muhammad Ali didn't have the greatest record. But Muhammad Ali beat the best who were out there at the time on the biggest stage. And that's why he's considered the greatest. He doesn't have the greatest record. He lost. Muhammad Ali.
I agree. Michael never beat a great team. He couldn't get past the great Pistons teams. He couldn't get past.
When you say that he couldn't get past them, when he beat them, they were not old. Isaiah was 29 and Joe Dumars was 27. They're not old. People are making it like they were 35 and worn out.
The Boston Celtics fell apart, and then Michael beat them. He could never beat a great Laker team.
The Boston Celtics had 5 Hall of Fame players on it. So let's not have a revisionist history, Colin.
The Warriors have 4.
Who does LeBron play in the East? I'm talking about he's on route to go to the NBA Finals 7 years in a row out of the East. We're about to watch the same two teams play for the 3 years in a row in the NBA, which has never happened in the history of the league. It's not about their greatness. It's about how weak everybody else is.
Is Nick Saban the best college football coach of all time?
I think he is.
Oh, that's funny.
No, but Nick Saban, you know why I do? It's because Nick has won at other places. I always admire guys who can go and win because it's about them.
Oh, because LeBron won in Miami and now Cleveland.
LeBron should be, realistically, 1-6 in NBA Finals.
But he's not.
No, I know.
Because he's
Ray
great.
Allen saved his bacon and won.
Why?
And then the choke job by Golden State.
So is Gino Auriemma the greatest women's basketball coach ever? Is Nick Saban the greatest football coach?
I have a problem with UConn because of the competition.
Okay.
What competition has UConn really had?
So what you're basically saying with LeBron is, because the East is so cruddy, you do realize he's not just winning in the East. He is doing what all-time greats do. He's destroying them.
But it makes it easier for him to get to the finals because there's no resistance. That's my point. But when he gets to the big game against the other best teams, usually in the finals you're playing the best team, he's 3-4. That's what he is.
Well, that's because the world's more mobile. Players move around. The league is now all built to stop LeBron.
Why don't you think Marv Levy is the greatest NFL coach? He went to 4 straight Super Bowls. You know why you don't believe that?
Why?
Because he lost all 4.
All 4.
But he went to 4 straight. That's not great. Greatness is about winning.
I consider Marv Levy a Hall of Fame coach.
Do you really?
Absolutely.
So where do you put a guy in who actually won a Super Bowl if you're putting Marv Levy in?
Well, by the way, look at the basketball. Look at the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's got Meadowlark Lemon, officials, and Magic. I can include multiple people in my Hall of Fame.
Those are not strong Hall of Fames, and you know it. That's why people don't take those seriously.
Okay, what do they take seriously?
The only one that matters is the Baseball Hall of Fame, and you know that. It's the only.
You don't think the NFL Hall of Fame means anything?
They put 11 guys in. Some guys they put in don't even have stats because they're linemen. There are no stats. They show a blank piece of paper with his name. And you're in the Hall of Fame. What did you do? There's no skill set. You know what you did? You stood there and you did this.
By the way,
because you weighed 375 pounds.
How in the world can you tell me you're bored with the Warriors? You're bored with LeBron and the Warriors.
I'm the only guy in NBA America who does not want to see LeBron or the Warriors in the NBA Finals.
So you want Toronto and Utah in the finals?
I just want something different. I'm tired of the
really?
same old.
Okay,
yeah,
so Rob Parker wants something different. What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had eggs and sausage.
You ever had that before?
I've had it the last 3 months because I'm on a diet.
Yeah,
I'm eating every day.
Did you see the irony of that, Rob? I want something new. No, you don't. Your life is all habits. I know you. Your life is a series of habits.
But in this case,
you like MJ so much, you resent LeBron.
It's not about that. I don't resent LeBron. I think he's a great player.
But you just said he was Larry Holmes.
But he
the most boring, didn't even have a knockout punch. He was a jab artist.
And he was a great jab artist. But the only thing is, he didn't get the credit, and it was for a right reason. Even though he was unbelievable, 48-0, and then he lost to Spinks, I think, twice, because he was trying to get Rocky Marciano's
why don't you go back
record.
to that blog, crazysportstheories.com, and why don't you write another? Why don't you?
No, there it is. You should check it out. Give it a good read, and I think if you give it a good read, change your mind.